football. Can't let the ball hit the ground. Got to get up there and fair catch it.
Especially at that end, because it hit on a 30, and they got 20 yards on the roll.
Who's winning the kicking game, Warren?
Yeah,
you know,
Van Buren did.
Van Buren's winning it. Doing a good job with it. Get a hat on a hat, man. Get a hat on a hat and drive your feet until the whistle blows. Good job here. Get it upfield. Don't dive the ground. Run.
Keep running.
Keep running. Get that first down. It's a game of inches. You never know. Come back the other way with it. Nice catch.
Yeah. I thought this play here, we've run this a few times. It's not been successful where we failed to hit the running back in stride. That play, we hit him in stride, and he was able to get some positive yardage on that. A couple times in previous games, he was throwing it behind the running back, making him stop or jump, keeping him with his feet moving.
Well, he's getting better. He's getting better, and he's a very inexperienced young man at quarterback. We're going, Clayton's going to come in here in a little bit and do some nice things for us. And we got a really good spot here. I don't think we made that. So.
We didn't get many good spots, but that was the one time that we did get a good spot that I saw.
It's a 61 running our fastest back now. Now that just gives you an idea of the speed they've got over there on defense. Eyes downfield. Go down, turn around, come the other way. Pull up, make a throw. Experience is the best teacher. Nice job with their defensive back, maintaining position where they wouldn't let Jacob come back inside and make the play. Punt the football. Field position, kicking game. But I wanted to make sure, because what's going on in this game. There's a nice hold by 72, tackling Eason. But we wanted to make sure that Dalton got to punt the football in game-like conditions, because we're going to have to be able to do that at some point. Now this is one penalty in the game, Lauren, I didn't understand. The official on the Van Buren sideline calls a penalty on Ray Gomez, who's lined up on our side. And this is the play I did not like at all. I felt like we let down, so I know it's difficult. You look up, but that's what I tell them. Don't look up. Scoreboard wasn't put there for you. I thought we looked up at the scoreboard and said 28-0, and we let down, and that'll never be acceptable. And we had a little prayer meeting right over here about the hash mark when it came off, and I made my point that will not be acceptable, and that's your one get-out-of-jail-free card. And if it ever happens again, then we'll make our adjustments as we need to, either in more running in practice, or we'll make some changes in who's out there playing, because we're going to out-hustle people.
Well, here's where you bring Clayton in the ball game. I thought he made a couple of good throws.
He did. He did well, and that's the thing about Clayton. He's an awfully good person, hard worker, comes every day waiting on his opportunity. Thought he set his feet well, threw the football well, on time. That little old Chance Covan, he's a battling for every yard. I was really pleased with things that Clayton came in there and did. Right there's another good throw. Just don't catch it, but that's where the ball should be thrown. Down the middle, strike to Big John. So Clayton's come in there and he's 3 out of 4.
And I thought Colliver did a great job finding the place in the seam here. We shoot ourselves in the foot.
And I've been in the position that that Clayton now occupies in his life. I was a junior quarterback playing behind someone, and I remember my coach told me, said, you got the toughest job because you're like a relief pitcher in baseball. You never know if you're going to get in, but you got to be ready because you don't know when the bell's going to ring. Well, I'm going to tell you, Clayton went in there and did some good things, and like I've told you all along, we're not afraid to play Clayton at all. And this kind of showing right here, makes us know just how close that situation is. But very proud of. I'm proud of our effort. I wasn't proud of the last touchdown. Okay, the thing about the third touchdown when we got the punt blocked. Okay, at halftime we had noticed that number 3 was moving from our from left side of our offense all the way over to the other side. Okay, so we told him at halftime. I said, now, the first time we go to shotgun punt, we're going to go left. Okay, line's going to pull left. They're overloaded to our right. Well, dadgummit, I look up out there, and that little son of a gun is lined up to our right-hand side, and I don't have a timeout, and so I just holler at Tate, just catch it and kick it. Well, he thought I meant run to the right and kick it.
Yeah.
So I just want him to catch it and get rid of it. So he moves to the right, the line goes to the left, guy comes
right through.
Hey, that's my bad. I'm telling you, and I don't do everything right either. But own up when I'm wrong. My mom always told me, if you're wrong, somebody beats you. I told the team, I said, man, that's my fault. It was nobody's fault but mine. But like I told you earlier, tell them every time in 2 days, if you want to win, you're going to have to overcome poor coaching at some point. Because we're not going to do it all right. But I was proud, pretty proud of the second half, really. Chalk that one up to me.
Mm-hmm.
Chalk that last one up because I felt like we let down because we had 2 players assigned to the quarterback and neither one of them are anywhere near to be found. So that's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for the coach to make a mistake. I get paid to do this, and we played real well except those 2 mistakes there at the end.
But I think we can go back to chalk it up like we talked about. The kicking game was a huge factor in blown situations where we. Especially here, we saw late in the game where we let the punt hit the ground and it went 20 yards, and we're getting pinned in our 10. We didn't kick the ball extremely well. We're giving the ball back to them. A 20-yard punt is not acceptable, and giving it to them on their 40 and letting them they shorted the field for them.
And I want to say how much I appreciate Dalton Lovell.
Right.
Dalton he didn't know if he was going to get in the ball game. And he's over there and boy, the first time we put him in there, and I mean the snap side, we hadn't snapped a punt. Everything had been a short punt, and he goes up about 10 foot in the air and gets the ball. And he's a gamer. I mean, he's raring to go, and I really appreciate his efforts. But, you look back at this film and you go, how did we get beat 35? We had lots of opportunities that the young teams do not take advantage of against quality opponents. And that's the best team we've seen.
That is absolutely correct. That is the best team that we've seen. It was the fastest team we've seen. And that includes Batesville, who has got 3 running backs that doesn't matter who you stick back there in a scrimmage game, that they could take it to the house anytime.
Certainly. But this situation, the trigger man is always more important. He's the guy. Mm-hmm. Because Jenkins was a good football player, not near the quality of back as the Batesville kids.
Right.
But Spoon, the ability to run and throw, But I keep looking at that film. The more I look at that film, the better we play. That's what it looks like to me. But players win games, coaches lose games. That's just the way it is. I thought the kids did. They gave a good account of themselves. They just didn't do it all the time. Mm-hmm. And there'll be better days for the Goblins.
And we hope this Friday night will be a good night for the Goblins. We open 5A West play against Greenbrier. We're going to head south, going back on the road, which is kind of a nice little deal. This is something I was talking about Jim about. Maybe a little bit. From this point on, it's every other week. It's a road game, home game, road game, home game. Is that a setup as a schedule to AAA and the 5A West?
I'd like to take the credit for that, but I can't. Yeah. No, it's not. Our schedule was. When we started this, putting it together, we were to play Huntsville at home the last game, but Sheridan called up and they needed to play an away game. So to balance our schedule, we got Sheridan to come here. So we went to Huntsville, which gives us 3 conference games at home,
right?
4 on the road. Of course, Huntsville's like a home game, so an hour away,
right?
But that's the way. Boy, didn't it turn out good? Home, away, away, home, all the way down through I can't take credit for it. It's just luck.
But I think that sets up a real nice way. You don't have any extended time away. The confines of FS Garrison Stadium is always nice to be able to play at home and have that. And you're not going to go several weeks being on the road. And I think that works in our favor. We're looking forward to Friday night. Also, if you're interested in this show, you can watch it online. If you miss it or just catch bits and pieces of this, you can watch this Coach's Show at K26TV.com. Just hit on the Coach's Show with us. You get to watch it in its entirety. And until next week, Coach, it's always great to have you here. And next week, let's be talking about a win for the Goblins as we go 1-0 in the conference play.
Well, rest assured, Lauren, we expect to win. If we don't, we just ran out of time or we had poor coaching. That's
right.
All I can tell you.
That'll work. Till next week, I'm your host, Lauren Tepper, and I appreciate Coach Tommy Tice being here for the Coaches Show with Coach Tommy Tice.